By the way, just an FYI, that's a big part of this, right? Like no matter where you are, that always has to be part of your goal. So if you're super fit right now, if you're pregnant right now, if you have 100 pounds to lose right now, it has to consistently be in the forefront of this mission, because that's what we do. It doesn't mean what I want to express is it does not mean that you have to have 6-pack abs. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You don't have to be like eating like halibut and vegetables all the time. Like we live a normal life, and that's what we're portraying every day, a life of balance, but it's a healthy lifestyle. And a workout and a Shakeology, that's just part of our daily life. And that's what you have to be sharing all the time. So everyone should have that being one of their goals. Like that's still my goal. It doesn't matter how big my goals are with the business right now. Being healthy and having a healthy lifestyle and being able to share that is always my number one goal. So that has to be sort of part of your mission at all times to be successful. Because if you're not sharing that, what sense does it make? You might as well go sell 31 bags, which I have nothing, there's no problem with that. Like that's great. But this is what we are portraying. We're sharing that this is a really big part of our life. And that's how people why they find us inspiring. And every single day, I say this to all my coaches every single day. When my feet hit the floor, I hope that I can at least inspire one woman. And that's really all I do every day, is hope that through my health and fitness journey, lifestyle, I'm inspiring someone. And it all starts at that health and wellness journey. Like you don't have to love fitness. Megan and I will be the first people that, like, honestly, usually at 5:30, a lot of mornings, Megan and I are messaging each other saying, why does exercise have to be part of this? Like why do we have to go down and do this? Like it's not a favorite part of ours, but it's part of the journey, right? It's part of the whole lifestyle. So the fitness part should always be fitness, wellness, health, all of that should be part of your mission at all times.
Which I think is like one of the coolest things about coaching is that that's a requirement for us. Like how amazing, right? We're almost like required to be living a happy, healthy life. Like that is so awesome. What other job requires you to do that in order to be successful at what you do? I don't know. Like that's what's so amazing is it's one of our vital behaviors. And that's why I started, and that's why I do continue, because I know without this opportunity, there is no way I would look the way I look or be eating the way I eat. Therefore, I wouldn't feel the way I feel. So it just, it all sort of goes full circle. So anyways, who's next? Do you want us to just call you out? Okay, Jennifer, you go.
Jenny. I'm from Stanford. My goal for the next 3 months pretty much is just to keep myself on track, keep motivating other people. I've been doing the social media motivating for a while now. It kept me going, and then when I connected with Michelle, she's just like, well, you do it anyway, so why not continue doing it this way? So that's why I'm here, and I figured I've got nothing else to lose. I like motivating and inspiring people anyway, so why not be a bigger part of a big group and family, right? So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good, Jenny. I thought you were a coach already. I didn't know why she was buying the 3-day refresh from me, because I thought she's got to be getting this discount already. She's already doing what we do. So it's a perfect fit for you for sure, Jenny.
All right. Jennifer, you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just started, I live in Nashville, Tennessee right now. I grew up in South Georgia, and I met Megan accidentally through the Beachbody. I just love Shakeology. I used to do it. It's probably been about 4 years ago, and then I kind of quit, but I've done the workouts for at least 15 years, just off and on. And then I just decided I wanted a good protein shake. It's kind of protein shake was what I was thinking. And I really liked Shakeology. And so I just ordered some, and then they paired me with Megan. So it's just been a serendipitous. I really love whole body wellness and healing and being healthy in your mind and your body and your heart. And it's really a big passion of mine, and it has been for a long time. And I don't know why I didn't think about this environment this way before, but I love being a part of this group because I feel like all of y'all feel the same way. And it's really neat for me to be in a group of women who want to encourage each other and support each other and really want everybody to succeed. I feel like it's difficult sometimes with women, as much as I love them. It can be very challenging and very competitive. And this environment just feels so wonderful and supportive. And I've always been kind of the weird kid because I like to work out. I want to eat well. I don't like feeling like crap when I eat poorly. And so I'm the one who's always bringing weird food to wherever we're going. If it's with my family, I've got food in the car. And so it's nice because I feel like even if I'm weird, I still fit in here. And I love to encourage people to be well and to be happy. And so I started a page, and I started inviting people today, which is kind of scary. But I've already had some people join, so that's fun. And my sister lives here in Nashville near me, and I talked to her on the phone today about it, and she was really excited for me. And she doesn't necessarily struggle with health, but she kind of wants to be well, but she's really young, so she kind of thinks she's going to have this metabolism forever. But she was really excited about being a part of it. I do not have 3-month goals. I have no idea. I just want to see what I can put out there and just help people, just get them interested, maybe just thinking about life in a different way. That's it. So thanks for having me.
You're welcome. That's amazing. Awesome. Okay, Megan, I don't know if you jumped on late, but we're just talking about basically what our 3-month goals are with this opportunity. If you want to unmute yourself, there you go.
I don't think I really have a 3-month goal right now. I'm just trying to get the hang of, talking to people right now. I haven't had a whole lot of luck getting people to answer me back when I send them messages. So I don't know if it's what I'm saying or what, but so right now I'm just taking it day by day.
Yeah, we'll go over lots of that stuff too today, Megan. And
Okay.
you've had a lot of life changes in the last week, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Give yourself a tiny bit of a break. Just to give yourself. Megan has 6 children, and she's just made a big life change. So she's had a lot going on. But we'll cover all that kind of stuff. That's what we really want to cover tonight, is how you guys can start conversations with people and start getting more comfortable with that kind of stuff. So that's great.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster for sure.
It has, for sure. All right, who's left? Is it just Tracy, maybe?
It's just Tracy.
Tracy? Hi, Tracy.
Now am I there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what to do with this thing. I'm texting Jen on the side. I just kind of join random groups, I guess. When I've been part of the program before, I kind of dropped it. I really had no urge to be a coach whatsoever. And then I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I basically love health and fitness. Absolutely love it. I'm one of the ones who eat the weird food too, although I am a huge sugar junkie. So I basically do the cleanse just to get rid of that, and it works. This program I absolutely love. I just did the first 3 weeks of the Shift Shop. Now I'm on to the second calendar, in which I totally love. I'm also a runner on the side. So anything I can do to promote any kind of health and fitness, I will. Shakeology is basically the only protein shake I can take. The rest I've tried, I can't even tell, my cupboards are full. I can't take any of them. This one I take, and it's good. 3-month goal, basically just to keep my sugars down and try this whole coach aspect, and hopefully it works out. And if not, whatever, I can just stay with the group. I'm happy with that. Input, new recipes from everybody, I love. And once again, she's got 6 kids, I got 4. We're all crazy busy. So anything to just basically encourage everybody to keep going. Other than that, that's it for me.
Well, that's a lot. That's awesome. Very good. Well, I think you guys are all, I mean, like Megan said, it doesn't really matter where you fall in the spectrum of your goals. What I can tell you is they'll probably change in the next couple of months, couple of weeks. Like, I signed up for the discount, and then within a couple of days I wanted to, you know, make a little bit of money. I thought this was kind of cool. I wanted to run a couple challenge groups, and then in a couple months later from that, they just got bigger and bigger. And that might happen for you. It might not. Like, there's no timeline. There's no requirement. The thing is, Megan and I are not your bosses. We're not your, like, you know, you don't have to answer to us. We're your mentors. We want to help you through this, but this is your own personal journey. You're kind of the CEO of your own business now, which is like a heavy title. It doesn't, you know, whatever you feel about that, that's what you are. You have your own business now. And that's the cool thing about being self-employed and being your own business owner, is you can do what you want with it. It's your thing. We're just here to help you along, and we will do whatever we can to make whatever goals you have happen. But you have to keep communicating with us. And that's why we do this at the beginning of the call, so we can kind of get an idea where you are. And then we will walk beside you, run beside you, or crawl beside you. Whatever you've told us, we now know, okay, this is the kind of help they need, and that's where we'll take it. As you change, let us know. If you need more support, or if you've decided that your goals are a little bit bigger, then we'll help you through that. That's kind of what our job is. So just so you know, to just keep communicating with us, and don't ever feel like you're going to be bugging us if you need something. That's what we're here for. All right. Okay, Megan, what's next up in our unplanned call?
Yeah, get used to these. I think that the most important thing to realize is there's so much information that we gave you guys. And there's so much information that we haven't even given you guys yet. Like, there's so much stuff. There's team pages, there's message threads, there's documents, there's a whole other training we haven't even like talked about. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of information, which is a good thing because there is no shortage of information, and there's no reason why this business won't work for you because there's just so much information out there. But you sometimes just need to forget about all that information, about all the files and the documents and all the stuff that we've given you, and you just have to start. And the way to start is you just start posting. And I don't want to ever force anybody into posting. Like, if you're just not there yet, that's fine. But if you're wanting to get started, you just have to start posting. And what I said in some of my messages earlier in the week, it can just be very simple posts. You don't need to do this long, drawn out, you know, I've decided to become a Beachbody coach and yada, 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 yada. You don't have to do that. You can just start sprinkling in little bits and pieces of what you're up to these days. So by taking a picture of your running shoes beside your laptop, or even taking a selfie if you want to go ahead and do that, or, you know, a picture of you laying on the ground like dying after shift shop, or a meal you're eating, or, you know, like anything basically. Like, you start. Look at what Michelle and I post in some of our pictures, and you can even try to like mimic some of our pictures and how we take selfies, or how we're taking pictures of our food, that sort of thing. We want you guys to be inspired by what we post, but also know that we didn't post like that in the beginning. If you guys would have seen what I posted in the beginning, and like maybe Cheryl, she probably has seen me posting since the very beginning. Like, they weren't anything great. I took the worst selfies. Like, they were awful. So if you feel like you suck at this at first, it's fine. It's okay, because we all sucked at first. Like, my pictures were so awful. I didn't know what to say. I probably like came off the wrong way, but the important thing was that I just started and I kept doing it, and I learned as I went. And every time something came up that I wasn't sure about, Michelle helped me. So Michelle is my coach. So we help you every step of the way. When someone's interested in something, when someone asks you a question about Shakeology and you're like, oh my God, how do I even have this conversation? We help you. Or if someone wants to join a challenge group or is just interested in what you're doing, we'll help you with those conversations. We want to help you. Okay? But until that happens, you don't even need to worry about that or even think about that. You just need to start sharing your journey. Share about your personal development, about your workouts, about maybe that your kids kept you up all night long last night, but because of the accountability of your challenge group that you're in, you got that darn workout in, whether it killed you or not. Things like that. Michelle, you got anything to add?
I have you know me, I've always got lots to add. But one thing a thought that just came through my head was, my advice to all of you is to start being a really awesome challenger. So you're all in, I think, our challenge group. Am I right? Like Megan and I run our challenge group together on the Challenge Tracker app. You need to get engaged in that challenge group so you can talk about the challenge group. Like if you're not seeing the value in that challenge group, it's hard to talk about it, right? If you're not getting that accountability boost, it's hard to talk about it. When I see new coaches in that challenge group and they are posting their pictures and they're tracking their Shakeology and they're tracking their workout, I see they're getting this culture. They're getting what this is all about. Because guys, I spent years trying to lose 80 pounds. Years. And it wasn't until I had all the pieces that Beachbody give us, the accountability, the nutrition, the fitness, like the whole thing together, that it finally clicked for me. So that's what I talk about. Like, that's what I say. Thankfully, my accountability partners helped me not eat the chips on Saturday night. Thankfully, my accountability friends got me up off the freaking couch this morning to do my workout. Thankfully, my kid was up all night, but because I knew my 5 a.m. club was up doing their workout, so was I. So those are my posts every single day. So if you start participating and really becoming a member of this culture, which that means like participating in the challenge group and really taking part, it's going to be really super easy to make posts. If you start reading personal development, which if anyone was on the team call on Saturday morning, which a few of you were, I talked about personal development, and that is one of our vital behaviors. So you'll hear that term, vital behaviors, and Beachbody has 4 things that they think you should do every single day. And they're super easy. They're read some personal development. So all that means is read a book that's going to fill your soul, that's going to make you a better woman. And trust me, 10 minutes of that a day will change everything about your life, not just Beachbody. Like, it'll just make you a better mom, wife, friend, anything. But it's twofold, because it gives you a post. Like, I guarantee both Megan and I, the posts that you guys love and the posts that you're jealous that we have all this great wording and we just know how to talk, we've copied it from the book that we're reading. And if you follow us both, we're both reading the same book right now. So probably our posts are going to look exactly, I don't know what chapter she's on, but I hope I'm not quite as far ahead, or because they'll start sounding the same. But that's where our motivational posts come from the personal development that we read. And then we post about our workout, because that's one of our vital behaviors. Do your workout every day. And then you drink your Shakeology. Now, I will say I do not post about Shakeology every single day. I don't want to look like a salesperson, but I do post about it. I do educate the people that are following me. So when you're just doing that stuff, which is what you should be doing if you're part of a challenge group, if you're on your health and fitness journey, it's really easy to make posts. It's not hard. Write this down. People, when they come to social media, So when they come to Facebook, when they come to Instagram, they want to be motivated, they want to be entertained, and they want to be educated. They want one of those three things. So you can motivate them from your workout, your personal development, just the fact that you're on a health and fitness journey. You can entertain them with your life. I know you don't think that you're entertaining, but you are. We are in this world that everybody loves reality TV, and your life is reality. And trust me, nothing, as Megan always says, nothing epic happens at our house, and nothing does, but people follow us minute by minute. I do Instagram stories, and 200 people follow my every move every day. I have no clue why, but they do. People love it. And they want to be educated, and we have so much stuff to give. Just your recipes, because they're healthy and you're following a plan, is education for your followers, your friends on your Facebook page, whatever. So you have all the tools to do that every day. So before you click post, or before I click post, I always think about that. Okay, am I entertaining? Am I educating, or am I motivating? If I'm not doing any of those, I just wait. I just wait until something better comes. I don't just post to post. I don't just like post because my coach told me I should post 3 times a day. I post when it's relevant. Does that stuff make sense?
Yeah. Do you guys have like any questions specific to like posting? Like, is everyone fairly comfortable with that and knowing, like, basically it's a reality show, and you try to sprinkle in some motivation in there, and you sprinkle in a little bit about what we're doing. We don't constantly need to say Beachbody and Shakeology and the 21-day fix. We don't do that, like, because that's salesy, right? And nobody wants to see that. All it looks like is that you are trying to sell them on something, and you're not. You're trying to share what is working so well for you, and you're trying to inspire anybody who is watching to start to make some change in their life as well.
Megan, and Michelle, it's Emily. I was just curious. I saw in the thread today, people commenting on how you can schedule your posts on Facebook to have it automatically do it. And sometimes I have tons of ideas for a post, and then if I don't write them down right away, they're gone, or the moment's gone. And if I can schedule what I want to do or plan for the week, if I know that I'm away or we're on vacation or something, like, how do you do that? I haven't been able to figure it out. Maybe I'm just missing something in Facebook.
Did you create a group, Emily?
I did, yes.
Yeah, there should, like, I think everybody has it now. I know they were kind of like trialing it a little bit on Facebook because it's something new, but there's like a little clock right beside the post button. And if you hit that, it will like allow you to schedule it.
Okay.
So yeah, see if you can find that
okay.
on there. I don't know if I can do it from my phone, or maybe I haven't tried, but I know on my laptop,
I can't do it from my phone. I can just do it from my desktop.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll try going on a laptop and trying.
On my phone, when I go into my group and I go to try to write a post, like in your write a post, then I have public group, and then it says schedule. Do you have that on yours?
Do you have an iPhone?
I have an Android.
Oh, I wonder maybe if it's just an Android thing then.
Yeah, because mine's right in my where I would post. It just scheduled, and then it gives me date and time.
Right
okay.
in your group?
Yeah, I have an iPhone, so maybe I'll try my laptop.
Yeah, try your laptop, because I know my iPhone doesn't have it yet either. But it is really, really handy. And that's such a great point, because the thing is, once you start posting, like once you start this, you have to be consistent. You have to show up every single day posting, because people are watching you. And what some of them are going to think when you start this is they're going to be like, oh, let's see how long this goes on for, right? How many people do we all know that start something like this? whether it's selling purses or lipstick or whatever the case may be, they start selling something on Facebook. And what usually ends up happening? Shortly thereafter, whether it's 2 weeks later or 3 months later or 6 months later, they're not doing it anymore. And that is sort of what people on social media are expecting you to do as well. But when you start to show up every single day, sharing your journey, whether or not people are liking or commenting your stuff, regardless of that, because you have to expect in the beginning, you might not get a lot of feedback. You might not get any messages in your inbox, but you have to keep doing it anyways because people are watching you and they are watching and watching and watching. And if you all of a sudden just stop for a few days and you don't post and then you come back Monday morning and you're like, oh, sorry, just coming back. I took a few days off from my fitness journey and here I am and I'm ready to get started again. Like when you do that cycle, you lose all trust with anybody who was thinking about joining you or who was watching you. You've lost their trust. You've lost your credibility as a coach. So it is super important that you stay consistent and that you show up. And what happens when you keep doing that 3 months from now or 6 months from now, people are going to be like, wow, she is still doing that Beachbody thing. She's still working out every day. She's still eating healthy. Like, that's incredible. And that's when they might reach out to you, or that's when you might reach out to them and they say, you know, I'm actually kind of interested, because they've been watching you and watching you and watching you. But if you're the person that starts and stops and starts and stops, they're never going to join you, because nobody wants to invest in somebody who isn't consistent in their own journey. They're not going to invest money in that. They're going to find somebody who's consistent. And Michelle and I, we can both honestly say we have not missed a day on social media. The day I gave birth, I didn't know how to schedule any posts. So there I was, having just given birth. And I was like, Will, hand me my phone. And I had to post in my challenge group because I hadn't posted yet that day. And I posted every single day, and so has Michelle. And that's why her and I are where we're at, because of our consistency. And people know that we're going to show up every day. And even 2 years later, people are now interested, right? Like, it takes people a long time sometimes. So you have to keep showing up.
Yeah. If there's anything you leave from with this call, honestly, and I have lots of coaches, and I've had lots of coaches come in and go out and come in and go out, and they all have the same lovely dreams as I do at the beginning. The ones that are still here and that are seeing success are the consistent ones. They don't have better it's nothing to do with their posts. It's everybody has a good heart. Like, if you sign up as a coach, you clearly want to help women. Like, why would you be here otherwise? You have a passion for health and fitness. Like, we all have that same stuff, but we all have our different flair. We're all going to have a different way of doing things, but the consistency is the thing. And honestly, guys, my dad died Christmas Day. I still posted. I just shared my story. If you can just get comfortable not worrying too much about it and just sharing what's going on in your world, then it's easy. I actually posting is my favorite thing. And Megan and I are a little bit different, and she'll talk a lot about messaging because that's her favorite thing. But posting, I post like a boss. I could post all day, every hour. I wish I could post more without irritating people. Honestly, I can think of posts all the time. And that is why I've seen success. That's been my thing. I've just always done it really well. I don't mind being on several different platforms because it gives me more places to post. So that's my thing, right? But I've gotten really comfortable with just sharing everything. If I've gained 10 pounds, I share it. If I've lost it, I share it. If my dad dies, I share it. They become my people. And there's not too much in my life that I don't share. Not everyone is comfortable with that, and that I get that, but you have to have some sort of comfort level with it, and you have to be consistent with it. When I started my business, my first customers were the people that already trusted me. So I was lucky. I had a hair salon, so I was interacting with people every day. Those were the people that were my first customers because they saw my posts. They were interacting with me on a personal level. It took a while for people that just saw me on social media to come around. They had to trust me, like those people that you are acquaintances with but not really close friends. They take a long time. They want to see that you're actually doing this for real. Like, how many people do we see start stuff and they just quit after a couple of months? Everyone's assuming that's going to be you. Everyone assumed I was not going to do this, besides my mom and my husband. And probably deep down they thought this was crazy too. You know, they just assume you're not going to do it. So you have to prove them wrong. You have to build that trust. And it does take time. And you just have to be okay with that. And if you have a passion for it and you're on your own health and fitness journey and you're just okay with sharing that, it's not a hard thing. You're helping people every single day. And if you're consistent with it, the success will come. It has to everybody that's followed the game plan, as long as you keep doing it. So that's probably the biggest takeaway you can have from tonight is if you're going to start, know to keep going.
Yeah, awesome. Really good. What did we want to say next?
Okay, the next is your deal, messaging. Megan's a messenger.
Okay, so, you get started and you're posting, and one thing that I knew right away was, okay, so I need to be like talking to people, right? Like that's how I'm going to build connections. That's how I'm going to even find anybody to ever join a challenge group, is I need to start talking to people. The easiest way to start talking to people is to look at the people who are liking and commenting on your posts. And when you start, you might only have like 2 people liking your stuff. Reach out to them and just say, thank you so much for liking my post. And you guys have maybe even gotten this message from us, to be honest. Okay, so you would say, thank you so much for liking my post. It inspires me to keep, going on my journey. Do you have any health and fitness goals yourself? That's all. Something like that. Very, very simple. When you ask someone, are you on a health and fitness journey yourself? Or do you have any goals you're working on? When you say that to somebody, it opens the door for a conversation. They may never respond to you. It happens to Michelle and I every single day that no one messages us back, but we just keep going and we just keep messaging. So that's the best way to start reaching out to them, is look at who is looking at your stuff, right? They're obviously interested, whether or not they're just a really good friend supporting you. Reach out to them. Maybe they want to be a challenger. Maybe they want to do this with you. You don't know. You can't prejudge anybody. Okay. So that is the first thing to do, is start by looking at who likes your posts and message them. Send them a private message. Ask them a question in the message, because then they sort of feel like they need to respond back to you. If you started your business in a support group, look at who is in that group. So if you added people in, go to your members list and scroll, like you can click on join date so that it filters who came into your group first and then, works its way up till today, basically. Scroll all the way down and take the first 10 people in that group and send them all a message. And it can basically be the exact same message. Like, hey, Cheryl, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being a member in my health and fitness support group. I'm always happy to connect with other women. I'm just pulling the shit out of my head. I actually do have like a little script I can give you, but basically like, you know, I plan on sharing lots of recipes and tips for, you know, staying healthy. And, you know, I hope to run some free groups down the road. Are you on a health and fitness journey yourself? And send that to 5 to 10 people every single day. Just work your way through those members in your group. If you're posting on your personal page, you could even go to your friends list and just start going through your friends. I personally wouldn't be messaging men because I don't talk to men in my posts. So I would go through and look at the women. And every day I would pick 5 to 10 people on my friends list, and I would just send them a little message. If it's someone I haven't connected with in a long time, I'm just going to reach out and just ask them how their summer's going. And what that is going to do is, because Facebook works in a certain way, when you private message somebody, they are all of a sudden going to start to see your posts in their newsfeed. So you're sort of like doing a double whammy here. You're reaching out to them, so all of a sudden they think about you, and they might even then just go to your personal page to see what you're up to. So if you've been using your personal page, they'll see your posts. And if they don't do that, they're just automatically, your stuff is going to go in their newsfeed now because you have made a connection with them. And Facebook sees that and then says, oh, I'm going to show each other's posts to each other now because they obviously know each other and are connecting. So that's the way Facebook works. So the more people that you can be connecting with in private messages, the more they're going to see your stuff, which is really cool. So sending those private messages every single day needs to be one of your sort of vital behaviors and one of your business building activities, is sending those private messages every single day. I'm not saying you need to message people and start saying, did you want to join my challenge group? Do you want to buy Shakeology or the 21 Day Fix? Like, not at all. And when I started, that's what I thought, that the vital behavior, invite, that's one of our vital behaviors. I saw that and I was like, well, forget it. I'll do everything else. And if this business doesn't work, that's fine. I am not messaging someone and asking them to join me. Heck no. But then when someone said, think of it as connect. And I had absolutely no problem doing that. I could message people and connect with them. I could message them and talk about their pictures they had posted on the weekend. I could ask them how they're doing. I could do that. And so that's what I started doing. And I've done that every single day. And what ends up happening is you just open the doors for a conversation to happen. And more than likely, if you are showing up on social media every day, consistently sharing your journey, they are going to message you back, and they're just naturally going to say, like, oh, I've seen what you're up to these days. What's up with that? Like, you're working out now? Like, what's happening? Or like, oh, I saw that you posted something about those containers, or, you know, you've lost 10 pounds. That's incredible. How'd you do it? They're going to naturally just ask you what you've been up to. So that opens the door again for a conversation about what it is you're doing. And that might even open the door to an invitation. So for you to say, you know, I'm actually looking for some women this month to join my challenge group. Is that something you've ever considered? Like, would you want some details about it? I'd love to have you. It would be so fun to do this with you. That's all. So the more you are connecting with people, and it's going to feel awkward at first. Like, it is. It might not be a natural thing for you to do that and to just reach out to people. But the more you do it, it's like anything else. It's going to become natural. You're going to get better at it. Your messages are going to flow better. And if you're having a hard time with that, then let us help you. Let Michelle and I help you with those conversations. That's what we're here for. So I hope that helps a little bit and made sense and wasn't too overwhelming. That. Anybody have questions?
There's been a few questions in the chat. I was just going to answer them, but I'll do it live here.
Okay.
So there's been some questions about groups and personal page and all that jazz. So there's no rules. Like, again, you're your own person, right? So you can make your own choices on that, but there's comfort levels. Everybody has their own comfort level. So for example, when I started, my coach, who I did not know personally, I had never been in a challenge group. I literally just saw an ad on Facebook, and I don't know what got into me, but I signed up. And she had this page, this business page. So I didn't have a ton of communication necessarily back and forth with her. So I just kind of looked at what she did and I did it. So a lot of you see my business page, which it's been great now that I'm a little bit farther into this business, but I don't suggest starting that way. We suggest now either using your personal page or opening up a group. Now, a group is for someone that isn't quite ready for everybody to see what you're doing. So an example was Miss Megan. When she decided she wanted a discount on Shakeology, we got her into that. And then a couple months later, she's like, what is this coaching thing all about? I'd maybe like to try it, but I don't want my mom to know. So we decided, okay, let's get you a private group. Let's open up this private group and you can literally invite the people that you want into it. Your mom never has to know that you're going to do this. And I don't think she knew for a while. Obviously she does now, but that was just for her comfort level. And as you can see, she's building a very successful business and had a private group that she invited people into for a year and a half. Like, she just made it open, right?
Well, I did make it open, like maybe about 6 months into it. I decided to open it. And I will say, if you're going to do the group thing, make it a public group. Just do that right from the beginning, because people are going to want to share some of your stuff. Even like if you post a really good recipe, and this is what I found really annoying, I would post these recipes and people would try to share it to their timeline, and they can't share from a private group. So then they would be messaging me and they're like, I can't share that recipe. Meanwhile, I had told them that in this group I'd be like giving them all kinds of recipes and all this cool stuff, but then they couldn't even like save it. So I did then end up opening it up. So I just recommend opening it up from the beginning. You still approve who comes into your group. So I get notifications every single day of so-and-so has requested to join your group. And I can look at them and decide like if I want them to join my group. So you still have, flexibility with that. It's not like a profile, like a public profile. It's a little more hidden than that. So I do think you should have it public, personally.
So that's one route you can go, or you can just simply start posting on your personal page, which honestly is always my recommendation. I think Megan would say the same thing, even though she went a different route. That is where all your friends live already, right? That's where your friends are on Facebook. So I know not everyone is comfortable, so you have all those options. I have all pages. So if your goal is to get where I am, you're probably in the end going to have all different pages. That's just the way this thing goes. But just pick one place now, either your personal page or open up a group wherever wherever you feel comfortable, and just get going with it. Just get started. Choose one. Don't overthink it too much, and just get going. We give you detailed, instructions on how to open up a group, how to make a nice banner. It's all in that document. I mean, I think I have several videos on that kind of stuff. So there's no reason why, like, by tomorrow morning, you couldn't have a group started. It's very simple. And then just start inviting people, inviting your friends to it. Or if you want to just be super easy, just start posting on your personal page. The only thing you don't want to do ever, you don't want to do this anywhere, is post links. We do not post links to Beachbody. We don't post links to our shopping website, nothing like that. If every single time a person signs up with me to be a coach, they say, I don't want to be a salesperson. And I say, well, good, because I don't want you to be a salesperson. That's not what we are. And then 2 days later, I see that they have a link on their page. What could be more salesy than that? Right? Like, we don't want to do that. That's not what we are. We're not salesy Beachbody people. Like, we don't need to post Autumn's picture all over our page, or Shanti, or whoever your jam is. Like, we don't need to do that. We just need to share that we're doing that workout in our own way without posting like salesy stuff. And on a personal page, you can't do it. Like, Facebook could actually shut you down. Like, they would take your profile away if they see that you're posting all these links. They don't want you to run a business from your personal page. So you have to be careful with that, posting links and stuff like that. But we don't do it anyway, so it's not a problem. But those are the two things to start, like the two places that you want to be. There's no need to have both at this point. You will eventually if you keep going, but at this point you don't need to. You just need to pick one place and just get at it. Anybody have any other? That was a big question. I forget now. Oh, challenge group. Cheryl, did you ask about challenge groups? I think maybe. When it's recommended to run your own challenge group. You know what? That just kind of happens naturally. You guys are welcome to bring challengers into our group. You know, eventually you're not going to want to be in our group. Like, you're going to have enough people that you just want to do it on your own. I think we probably, both of us, say a couple times, and then it's probably time to go run your own at least free group by yourself. But I always recommend a couple coaches teaming up together. That's really fun. I mean, Megan and I run our groups together all the time. But we kind of work through that as we go. That's kind of one of those things you just don't need to worry about yet. It doesn't even need to, you don't have a challenger yet, so we don't need to worry about where we're putting them.
Yeah, like once you have, I say, like, even 3 challengers, then go run a group with them. Like, just start your own. You've already been in ours. We can even give you access to a lot of our posts that we've used. So you can just like take them and run your own group without having to recreate anything. So it's very simple for you to go run your own challenge group. And if you've got even 2 to 3 challengers of your own, then you can go run a group. Like, I don't think I ever ran one with Michelle. I started and I asked a bunch of moms on the school playground one day after school, and I was like, hey, if I did this like challenge group, would you guys want to do it? And they're like, yeah. They were all over it. I mean, only like 3 people actually purchased anything to participate in it. So I just ran one with them. And then the next month I got a few more. And the next month I got a few more. So when you have a challenge group with only 3 people in it, that's normal. Yes, Michelle and I have like 200 in ours, but we didn't start that way. I started with 3, and then the next month I had 6, and then the next month I maybe had 10, and each month it just grew and grew and grew. So that will just come, the challenge group stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Amy never even invited me to do a challenge group with her. So my first challenge group was my mom, my cousin, and myself. And quite honestly, I used Beachbody's template. Like, you guys all have access to every single program that Beachbody has ever created. They have given you a challenge group, like all the posts, all the wording, all the pictures. It's all there in your Coach Online office. So like, you can take our stuff, you can take that stuff. And that's what I did. I hadn't even been in a challenge group. Like, honestly, guys, I knew nothing. Just the fact that you're on this call, you now know 100 times more than I did when I started as a coach. So like, it's nothing to be worried about at this point. Nothing at all. Because the resources that we give you when you get to that point, you'll be just fine. Worrying about stuff that's in the future that's not even happening yet is just like pointless. Like, that's insanity. So what you need to worry about right now is posting and making friends with people. At the end of the day, if I can say to myself, that was a good day, I made like 3 new girlfriends. I have 3 new people that I got talking to. And for you guys right now, that doesn't even have to be new. That means I reconnected with 3 people that I haven't talked to in a while, or that I just started 3 conversations with 3 new women today. It doesn't mean you have to sell a challenge pack or sell anything or even talk about Beachbody. It's just that you've connected with somebody, with some new people every day.
And even like you've connected with people in a different way. Like, so maybe you're having a conversation with a friend, but you're having it in a different way now because you now have something to offer. You have a way to help them now. So you've maybe connected in a different way. This business is super simple. All you have to do is work on yourself, work on bettering yourself, your mindset, and your health and fitness. Share that on social media, and then connect with people who are liking your posts or who are seeing your posts or who are just out there that you can message, that you know. That's all you need to do. Work on yourself, share it, and reach out to people. That's it. And the rest is just going to start to evolve naturally. I promise you. We will add in some things in the next few weeks. Like if you're just not getting this or things aren't evolving, but I promise you that is as simple as it is. Show up every day, work on yourself, share it, and connect with people. And you will be so amazed at what will happen. When I started messaging those people in my group, when I decided, okay, I need to start having conversations, I was like blown away. I remember messaging Michelle and being like, this actually works. Like, this is working. Just me reaching out to these people about nothing like super important, just opening up a conversation was a game changer. So the sooner you can do that, the more success you're going to see. And you're going to find that it's not all that difficult to do that. That's all I got.
Yeah. And I just want to make the point that Megan and I still do the exact same thing every single day. Like 3.5 years later, I wake up in the morning and those are the things I do. I go back to my posts from yesterday. I see who liked them and I message those people. And some of you are those people.
Yeah.
That's all I do. Like yesterday, I posted a picture of Delaney with a mermaid tail on. And there was like, Delaney gets all the likes in my world. If I need to go find people to talk to, I just post a picture of her. So 100 and some people. So I messaged them all. And I said, hey, how are you? Happy Sunday. What are you doing? Do you have a little one at home that likes mermaid tails too? Well, I have like an inbox full of conversations that will be conversations. I don't care if we talk about the 21-day fix, but we're getting to know each other. I know if they have kids now. A lot of them have 6, 7, 8-year-olds, so we have something in common, and it'll just evolve. There is nothing in my mind. I'm not worried about selling the 21-day fix today. I'm just worried about talking to people, and it'll all happen as long as I'm doing the other stuff. Because that person that had the 6-year-old that has the mermaid tail that liked my picture that I talked to, tomorrow morning is going to see my post about the Shift Shop workout. And then she's going to be like, wait a second, what's this girl do? Or, that's how it all evolves, because now she's in my, she's going to see my stuff that I'm posting. That's how Facebook works. If you're connecting through personal messenger, that is when Facebook says, oh, Michelle and Amanda must actually like each other. That's good. I'm going to let them see each other's stuff. And you probably, if you think about that now, or it will actually make sense tomorrow, because you'll be like, oh my God, I just was talking to that girl on Messenger and now all her stuff is showing up in my feed, but I didn't really see her stuff last week. It's because Facebook controls that. They decide who sees our stuff. They decide. So the more people you're talking to through Messenger and you're actually having like a conversation, now they're going to see your posts. So that's why we say it's those two things you really have to do to get more people seeing what you're doing. You don't need to talk about it in Messenger, because now the lady with the 6-year-old with the mermaid tail is going to see my stuff tomorrow. And I post with intention. So I wanted to talk to her. So I posted about our daughters that we have in common. And now she's going to see that I do something that might help her. And at the end of the day, every single woman in North America wants to be healthy. They maybe don't have weight to lose. But they want to be healthy. Everybody wants to be healthy. We have something to offer everyone. Everybody. Mic drop. I'll end there.
That was like 30 minutes, like 30, 62, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God, it's 10:02.
No more than 30 minutes.
Sorry, we get a little long-winded. Okay. Anybody have any questions? We want to answer your questions tonight.
Can I ask one question? Okay, when I'm on BB Links and I pull up, so I just clicked on the 21-day Fix Extreme Performance Pack, and it comes up with the regular retail, a club retail, and the coach retail. What is the club retail?
So the club retail, you don't even have to worry about, because it's going away. It's going to be here for 2 more weeks. What it was, when someone signed up with Beachbody On Demand, they got 10% off. So they would have 10% off their Shakeology, 10% off whatever they bought. They are taking that away actually September 1st. So don't even worry about it. It's not an option really anymore. It's not an option for anybody anymore. So the 2 options are customer, you pay regular price, and then people are coaches, and coaches get 25% off. Lots of people sign up to be a coach just to get that 25% off their Shakeology. So you can sign up as a coach, but there's no expectation. There's no quotas. I don't have bags of Shakeology in my garage. You don't have to do anything. So I have several people that have been drinking Shakeology for months and months, and they decide or I offer it to them, to be honest, because it's just something that we can offer so they can get the 25% off. They still have to pay the coaching fee. There's nothing different that they get than you guys. That's what it is. We call it VIP member or discount membership. It's basically they're signing up as a coach, but really all they want is the discount on Shakeology or Performance Line. If they're getting the Recover, Recharge, whatever. When you're a coach, you get 25% off everything we've got. So that's kind of what that means. I know that was one of your first questions, Stephanie, but so the club membership, don't even worry about it. I'm not even going to go into it because it's going to be gone. It's just not September 1st. I think it's September 1st, right, Megan? Yeah. So don't even worry about it. It was something that we could offer people, but it's over. It's done. Which I don't want to get into it tonight. It's better for us as coaches that it's gone for our commissions. So don't even fill your head with it, because it'll just confuse you guys. But it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Anybody else? Do you feel overwhelmed or better? Amanda, overwhelmed.
Emily, do you have a question?
Emily, I do have one quick question before we go. I've had a few people I've been kind of talking about what I'm doing and kind of saying, hey, I've got this new Facebook group and I'm on a health and fitness journey. And then they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, well, I'm going to add you, expect an invite in the next few days. And so people kind of know that it's coming from me, and that's just been my comfort zone. But then I get faced with a question a challenge group, well, what do I have to do to get started, or what do I have to buy? And I kind of don't really know how to answer that, because I'm not really sure. I haven't had a customer yet, so I'm not sure about the product options or how to, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know if they buy what I did, but not a coach package, but you get Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology. So I'm not sure what the options that they have if they want to be part of a challenge group?
Yeah, that is definitely a conversation that like I could help you have. Like we could go into like a 3-way conversation and I could help you with that. Or if you just wanted to face it on your own, yeah, we can talk about that. Like you and I can talk about that maybe just to save time. It does all just go back to when they ask you a question, like, because you will have people, all of you are going to have people that message you and say like, hey, what's this Shakeology thing? Or what's this challenge group? Instead of answering that, you then say, hey, tell me what interests you about that. Like, why are you interested in Shakeology? Or, you know, what interests you about a challenge group? What do you know about that? And get them to talk a little bit. And then you could even say, okay, so tell me what your goals are. Like, where would you like to see yourself in 3 months from now? Or what would you like to achieve in a challenge group? What are your struggles? What is it that you need help with? Why did you reach out to me? Those types of questions, because the more that they can tell you, the more they are admitting to themselves that they need some help. And when they do that, it just heightens the chance that they are actually going to commit to it. But if you just launch into the details, you're just selling. You don't even know at that point that it can benefit them. You need them to tell you why they need that help and why they want a change and what they want to change, like all that stuff. And then you can tell them about the program and how it's going to help them because of da-da-da-da-da-da. So that's how you will have those conversations. It's not about just throwing a bunch of information or videos at somebody. It's not. That's not helping them. They're not going to sign up. They probably aren't. They're going to look at all that and be like, oh. But when you can get them to admit that they're struggling with something, because everybody is, and they wouldn't message you if they weren't, then you can talk to them about what you have to offer and how it's going to help them.
Okay.
And I can like help you sort of step by step with those conversations too.
Okay.
But that's just sort of an overview of that, because it will happen to all of you. As long as you're sharing and consistently sharing, you're going to have people that ask you. So
like I just had a message from a lady. I'll just kind of give you a rundown. Hey, Michelle, I just saw this post about rapid results. What's your, or is there still room in your accountability group? What's this all about? And I said, oh, Joanne, that's so great to hear from you. Yeah, I'm having good luck with it. What interests you about it? Like I didn't say anything. So she asked me for information about Shift Shop, right? She asked me about information about my rapid results program. I could have gone in and said, oh my God, it's Shift Shop. And we do 45-minute workouts. And this is what my meal plan's like. And we drink Shakeology, and a Shakeology or accountability group is so awesome. And she would have been like, what the F is this? Like verbal diarrhea. That message is too long. I'm not even going to read it. I don't want to say anything about anything until I know why she is messaging me. So, oh, that's awesome that you saw my post. Yes, I'm having good luck with it. What interests you about it? And she came back and said, well, I've gained 10 pounds and I'm going away in October and I want to feel better about myself. And then I just, oh, okay, so what would be your goal in the next couple months? And then it might be, well, how much time do you have for workouts every day? And it might be, what's your biggest struggle? And it's just always me asking questions back.
You try and pull like as much information as you can. And then eventually you do have to give them the details, obviously. But the more you can pull, the better.
Because then I can say, oh, that's awesome. Like this program, and I'm not into quick results, but I have to say that in the last 3 weeks, I can't believe what's happened to my body. I've been able to change my eating. I got back on track. I think this would really help you if your goal is that bathing suit that you want to wear on the beach with your husband in October. So I heard all this stuff from her, and then I can provide a solution. Because if I hadn't heard all of that, I didn't really get her to kind of like open up to me where her pain points are. And it really is her pain points, right? I want to find out your pain point so I can help you find a solution in what I have to offer. And when I say that we have something to fit every solution, like to solve every problem, we really do. Like I can tell, someone can say I'm depressed and I have no confidence, and I'm like, well, neither did I. But the great thing in our challenge groups is we read personal development, and that's what's going to get your mindset right. And then you're going to be able to la-ti-da-ti-da. But there's always a solution, but you can't really solve anything if you don't have any information. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. I know that's getting like a lot, but I know I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning because I didn't get this information. You know, I like vomited so many salesy things on people. Oh my God, it was horrible. I can't believe people bought anything, but anyways, they did. You don't want to do that. You just don't want to do it. It's so much harder when you're being this salesperson. Just forget about being salesy and just be interested. Be interested in what people have to tell you about their story, and then you can help them because you can offer a solution, but you can't offer a solution until you know information. So to get information, you just have to ask questions. The more questions you ask, the better. Yep. Okay.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, good wrap up. If you guys have like questions, like as you have questions, put them in that message feed, because we want if you have the question, so does everybody else, and they're just too scared to ask. So that's why we have this feed. We think it's great. We know we know the bings are going all the time and it gets overwhelming, but you know what? That's life. We all have overwhelming things in our life. So if you can just add the question there, and that's where those answers are going to come, because that's where Megan and I will answer things, and we'll leave voice messages so you guys can get information from us as quick as we can. It's easier for us to tell the masses instead of telling like one by one, because we know you'll all have the same question eventually. So that's why we try and do these message feeds. Don't be scared to message us one-on-one. We love that too, but more than likely, if you're thinking it and wondering, so is everybody else. Because everybody's new. You guys all started like in the same week. So no one knows more than each other at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night.